Tuesday.
The R34. It's fast, precise, macho. The boss of the college is a girl.
I suppose it's just the belief that I could make a change to have a better world in the future. Malaysia needs lots of technicians. Lots of people will be able to find a career in automotive industry. More and more our students going out of the country to work in Singapore, other Asian countries, even going to Lotus in the UK.
In person, Tuesday.
Kerja pembersihan.
The R34. It's fast, it's precise, it's macho. To be able to understand it is to harness its power. And I am in a college that would allow me to harness its power by understanding everything I need to know about it. But here's the twist. The boss of the college is a girl. I am in the Automotive College, and my guest for today is CEO and founder of TOC, Adelaine Foo. My name is Syed Farradino Omar, and this is In Person. Alright guys, let me tell you, this is really like heaven for me. I mean, you know I'm a petrol head and I'm in an auto college. Cars all around, you know, tools, engines and stuff. But today, unfortunately, it's not about me, it's about Adelaine. So, it's, you know, I have to go and find her, and she's over here talking to one of her students. Hi,
Hi,
I'm sorry to be bothering you. Hi, can I borrow her for 2 seconds?
Thank you, William.
Hi, Adelaine.
Hi.
Thanks for having us.
Hi.
I was just telling the camera that this is really heaven for me.
Okay.
Now, okay. I don't mean to put you off, but here's a pop quiz.
Okay.
Tell me something about a car that you think I don't already know.
I'm gonna die with that question. Well, what colors are all the fluids in the car that you can tell me off the top of your head?
Green.
Green for...
Green would be for... No, pink for fluid, coolants.
Pink for coolants?
Yeah.
No, red for automatic transmission fluids.
Right, and that's for power...
Green is coolant.
Okay, we believe that she's, you know, the boss in this area already. Well, thank you so much once again for having me.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for coming.
You know, this, to begin with, looks to be an awesome place. Come, let's walk with me. And I think it's your big break time now, right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
3:30.
So, thanks a lot, guys. Thank you. Okay, come walk with me. You know, first up, tell me what are we looking at here? What do we have here?
Well, this is the working space for the students. We are training automotive technicians, so it's very important for them to have enough space and time to do their practical work. So no use study in the classroom. They would come out here most 70% of the time to practice on cars, practice on components, do electrical wiring. At the end of the day, to graduate them as an excellent automotive technician.
And I'm sure most of them do. I mean, given what they have to work with here, it's not just local cars. You've got cars from Malaysian cars, French cars, Korean cars. Cars that I don't even know what car this is.
We call that the Donald Duck. It's an import from Japan.
It's an import from Japan.
Yeah. At the end of the day, the students will go out there and work with anyone, with Lamborghini, with Ferrari. We might not be able to provide them with those level of cars, but a car is a car. But the more exposure that we could give them, the better. And that would, at the end of the day, it's experience.
It is. Well, good that you mentioned experience, because how I understand it, this was not your world or not your field when you first started out.
Okay.
So, you know, the college was set up in 05, planning started in 03, I believe?
Yes.
So prior to that, would you have been able to tell me exactly what this car is?
Actually, even now, I don't think I'd be able to tell you much of a car. I've never been a car freak, but my passion is in education. And I've always been a teacher to my nieces and nephews at home. And then when I got into college, I was a tutor there. So, I mean, teaching someone in order for them to understand something that they didn't, and to make a change in their life. Because if they didn't understand something and they go out to be this person who never believed in himself, but then if you switch on that light in him and he goes out there and he becomes a confident person, I believe that his whole life in front of him has changed. So that's the purpose of why we set up TOC.
But again, speaking of confidence, what gave you the confidence to step into this, well, you know, let's not be sexist, but let's be realistic. This has been traditionally a man's world. Traditionally, but it is completely different now. But nonetheless, it must be daunting for you to be doing something completely out of the box for you. So what gave you the confidence to start in the first place?
I suppose it's just the belief that I could make a change to have a better world in the future, to make a difference in someone's life, to give someone pride when he steps up into taking up a career that, or something that he's interested to do, to be an automotive technician, but then be proud of it, that he can succeed as a technician. So I guess it's that opportunity to make a difference in someone's life, that no matter how difficult it was terrible at the beginning. I didn't know anything to do with this business. I don't know anything about cars, but you know, when I go into graduation ceremonies now and parents come up to me and say thank you for being there for my son to practice something that he loves and he knows that he will have a career and be good in it, that brings tears to my eyes. And I, you know, pray day and night that I didn't give it up when I was a few years back when we first started.
When you first started.
So it was, it's very happy.
So what do you reckon? You know, if I may be a little bit philosophical here, but what do you reckon is your contribution to the local automotive industry with what you have set up here?
I think cars are cars. They can come in from any different country, so we shouldn't be saying that Malaysia is any different from any other country that we go to. Our contribution would be to bring the world closer, to break down those barriers on what this country should be like. It should be the same as any other country. So to bring our standards of education up to what requires an automotive technician to be when he faces a car. And it shouldn't be something that is from the 80s that he's still studying. It really needs to fix real cars for real customers and not something that the textbook told him 20 years ago.
Okay, well, we have to go for a very short break right now. But when we come back, we'll find out more about the person, you know, what moved her, what made her, you know, say yes to working with grease and spanners. But before I go for a break, I'm going to, you know, pop quiz her once more.
No.
So stay with us on In Person. We'll see you in a bit.
Every Wednesday, form and space, light and shadow, combine. What do you get? A house. And not just a house, but a home. Join Syed Farradino Omar and Linawati Adnan as they help you find your dream house and turn it into your dream home. On In Realty, Wednesday at 9:30 p.m. on Astro AWANI.
Okay, I've just finished grilling her inside. She failed miserably. She really does not know cars.
No.
But I've seen something that I'm really excited. It's blue, and it's a Subaru. So you know I'm all in for it. So does this, you know, give you the same? Do you reckon this gives you the same reaction as it does to me?
I think so. We've started our diploma in motorsports 2 years ago, and suddenly you see the enthusiasm of the students. They walk by and they see the car. I want to practice on that car. and some of them do join us as automotive technician students.
You see, I look at this not as something I want to tinker with, but I want to be there.
Driving that car.
And my right foot would be really heavy on the throttle.
We have had staff drive this to the Sepang International Circuit, and they arrived there in 23 minutes.
From here?
From here. Yeah.
Okay, that's probably not something we want to advise you
no,
to do, but
not legal.
Okay, coming back to you. This is really exciting and this is really interesting. You've brought in a fantastic school of motorsports, and I think that's something different that you are offering the Malaysian student community. But you yourself went through a completely different experience. Get this. Madame studied Chinese opera. What would you do to me if I told you to sing a verse or two of Chinese opera, from Chinese opera?
I'll do that off camera. I think your ears might not take it.
But why? But why did you choose to do Chinese opera?
Well, I have my entire life to work until I'm 80 if I don't die by then. Might as well study something that I'm interested to do, but not be able to do it for the rest of my life. So that's the only time. Studying is the only time that you get to go all out.
Right, I see. And you said that you have passion for teaching.
Yes.
And you said in university you tutored.
Yes.
So what sort of tutoring did you do?
English, maths. My English was okay for an Asian student, so I would tutor Chinese students in the US when I was studying there.
Right, I see, okay. Help me understand you a little bit deeper as well. What was your motivation? Okay, I understand that your motivation was to teach, to create a learning environment for local students.
Okay.
But let's be honest, money makes the world go around.
Yes.
Did you see money in this venture when you first started out?
Yes. I mean, it has to be a business that will, be sustainable. No use teaching Chinese opera to Malaysian kids. No one would probably join the college. So it must be a course that students would come and they go out and they can find a career in. So it's to identify that. And Malaysia, lots of cars, needs lots of technicians, lots of people will be able to find a career in automotive industry. So that's the basic reason of why we chose this industry to start as a college. But I guess the other motive behind it is I was telling you earlier about pride, about confidence. I mean, if you grow up to be someone without confidence, you'd probably be a lousy parent to your kid. Your kid will probably not respect you in retrospect. So to create that environment that is healthy for the family, I believe as a parent, we really need to succeed in our career to gain that respect both for ourselves and for our kids. So why not?
So that's where you're at right now.
I'm sorry.
So that's where you're at right now. You are excelling in the career that you do, and at the same time, it's, how I look at it. When you say kids, it's not just the parents and their kids. It's also you looking at these kids behind us.
Yeah, I guess so. I would be very, very happy when they go out and one day be a successful person and they have a successful family life, and their kids look up to them, and they've grown up to be this rebellious young teenager and grow up to be someone who gains respect not only for himself but from society. So
okay, I think we might need we might need to sit down and talk about this further. So we're gonna go for coffee right now because these kids are inspiring me for coffee. So I heard that you have a favorite hangout somewhere nearby. Perhaps we should go there?
Sure.
Okay, come. Okay, this is apparently your favorite Starbucks in the area?
Yes, my hangout.
Okay.
For the morning, for breakfast.
For breakfast? You have Starbucks for breakfast?
No coffee to wake me up.
And I take it all these guys are your friends?
Yes. Hi.
Oh, wow. See, it is true. They are her friends. Okay. What would you like to have?
Double tall CM.
And can I please have a low-fat green tea latte? Low-fat, ladies and gentlemen.
Hot or ice?
Make it ice.
Ice.
Cheers.
Grande, right?
Grande, yes.
Ice, grande, low-fat green tea latte.
Excellent. Well, whilst they are working on that, let's go back to you. Before you actually set up the college,
Okay.
Maybe you could share with us some of the memorable jobs that you have done before.
I was a telephone operator during my the time between SRP and SPM. So I used to take a bus down to Kota Raya and then switch buses to Cheras in the rain.
From Shah Alam?
No, I live in PJ all my life.
Okay.
So that was memorable because I was 15 years old and I have to pass messages to people, and sometimes people would call and flirt with you on the phone. So you'd have to know how to deal with people, I suppose. That was fun.
Would you say that the journey that you've had to go through to get from student to, from young person to student to telephone operator to CEO of TOC has been a smooth sailing one? No. I dropped out from A-levels. I failed as a student. So there you go. Thank you.
Nothing is smooth sailing, but I never regret any of that bad choices that I've made, because all those are experiences. All experiences will make you who you are today.
What would you say were the best bits of the setup process? I think we discussed earlier that you first planned out the college in 2003. Thank you so much. Thanks. And we wait for our drinks there, right? See, we know Starbucks too. So in between 2003 and where you are today, right now, what were the best bits in your reckoning?
I suppose it's the learning and failing bits, but most importantly, getting to know people. We've started with 3 people working in an organization. I have 120 staff now, and I've gained lots of friends, and many of them passionate about education the way that I am as well. And some of them will be lifelong friends, and sometimes I would think that I'm a loner, I don't like to make friends, but many of them would turn out to be your best friends that you could not only share work with, but your personal life stories with. So that's wonderful. All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Cheers.
you.
Thanks. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sasha. Give that back to you.
Okay, well, let's we have to go for a very short break right now, but when we come back, we'll find out a little bit more about Adelaine. So stay with us on In Person.
Isnin hingga Jumaat, Sukan Awani bersama
Saya Ian Johan Arif.
Saya Syamil Izzuan Azizan.
Bersama saya Zuhail Mizan Azam.
Saya Fazli Aziz.
Memaparkan perkembangan sukan antarabangsa dan tempatan.
Memaparkan kejayaan atlet dan isu semasa dalam dan luar negara.
Sukan Awani, Isnin hingga Jumaat 3 kali sehari, hanya di Astro Awani, berita segenap dimensi.
Hey guys, okay, we're back. We're still with Adelaine. She's such a multifaceted woman, and I'm very intrigued talking to you. Going from telephone operator to opera to cars and town beef. It's all very exciting. Now, talk to us a little bit about your aspirations. On a personal level as well as for the college.
Well, I guess I'm lucky to be able to have my personal aspirations to be part of work. like I said, I've always wanted to make a difference in someone's life, and I've always also told my parents what a lucky person I am to have a wonderful family. But not many are like me. Many of them are orphans or have parents who didn't want them, and their lives will be forever dark.